what's going on all you sexy mofos? My name is Chad, the one, the only, the eternal. And this week we are back with our 26th edition to resource reviews, and just saying that out loud is wild, because that means I either have to be in the top tier of the amount of people who have reviewed textbooks, or I am the toppest of tier, which feels good. And this week's resource review was actually sponsored by a member of our community, Sumo Slap. Thank you so much, Sumo Slap. You're my boy. So without further ado, let's jump right into my first ever drill book for the JLPT. Zoink Scoob! That went a little far. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Chad. This week we are reviewing the Shin Nihongo 500 or the new Japanese 500 questions. If you can't tell by these delicious little characters here, it's actually made by the same publishing house, company, author, I don't know, that did the Nihongo Sou Matome series, which I actually enjoyed. I used those to kind of prepare for the test. This is also from the same people. However, unlike the Sou Matome, which, as the name would imply, is basically a little bit of practice but mostly summary, this is all practice and only a little bit of summary. By the listing price on the back, you can see that this is around $12, 1,200 yen. On the shelf in Japan, however, if you're getting it overseas, there's a bit of a premium. This ends up being around $25. Is she worth it or not? I guess we're about to find out, but like always, I do need to make a quick tiny little disclaimer. Buy this book, guys, legally. Go support these guys. They did not pay for this. A member of my community did. Because of that, I will not be showing you all of the book. I'll only be showing what is required to give a good and adequate review. So if you end up liking this book, if this is something that you go, you know what, Chad, this is on par for something that I want, go to Amazon, go to wherever is an official purchaser of this book, go support the people that made it. Clearly, this is thousands of hours of compiling stuff and translation and working with teams, and so I want to make sure that they get paid for their hard work. But with the introduction out of the way, let's get going on to the review. Just on the front, you guys are going to be able to see these little 3 bubbles. This is not just a design, this actually takes place in the book, but you have characters, vocabulary, and grammar. Opening it up, you can actually see that all the pages of this book are actually subdivided into 3, and there's a good reason for it. I'll actually show you the how to use the book section, but you can see there's a left page, which are the answers for the previous page, and the right page is the questions that are answered on the next page. So I'll show you what this means. So on this page, these are the answers for the page before it, like that. Whereas these are the fresh questions, and the answers for those are always on the reverse. Seems pretty basic, right? You'd be surprised how many people don't realize that. Now again, these are separated into 3 options. You have Moji, Goi, Bunpo. So up at the top, you can see that this is the 6th day of week 1. Essentially what they're always trying to get you to do is do about 5 pages a day, whereas the 7th day is just review. So you can see this is day 6. So there's 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page, 5 pages, and then you start the next day that you're going to be doing this. This whole book is designed to be covered in 4 weeks, or about a month. So I would recommend that anyone that is going to use this as a drill book, try and plan it at least the month before the JLPT. On top of that, week 7 obviously is a summary, so it's shorter. So there's page 2, page 3, and that's all that is in there. Every chapter, I guess, at the end of every week, there is a summary page, and you're going to write in what you got for the previous weeks as this book goes on. And you'll be able to see your growth as you go in each section, which is really important. It's important to see that by the end of this book, you are answering more correctly than not. So on the back page, you are going to get the answer sheet, which ones are right, which ones are wrong. At best, you're going to get a little bit about why that's right or wrong. Mostly that's going to be down here on the grammar sections. You can see that there's a little bit of an explanation sometimes on why one is used over the other. But all in all, this is not really a means, and it's not meant to be, a way of studying. This is, you should already know these, or at least be introduced to all these topics by the time you start this. This is a drill book. You are trying to use the knowledge that you have acquired through study in order to pass the test, and this is really to get you situated into test mode. Now, will I say that this has no use in study? No. I'm just saying that there's probably 1,000 better ones. In fact, the Sou Matome series, although that is a test book, is vastly better for studying than this is. This is strictly a drill book. And mind you, not a bad one. Like, if I could get this for $12, for me, this would have been worth it when I was really trying to go after the N2. Having passed the N2, probably won't ever use this unless I want to pass, like if I want to take the N1, which is not currently on the list for me to do. But all in all, $12, I would say this is not a bad text, especially if you guys are someone who feels you can pass. you're probably on the line of passing whichever level you guys want. There's N5 and 4. That's one book is N5 and N4. And then an N3 book, N2 book, and N1 book. Whatever level you're taking, if you feel like you're on the line of passing, $12 is not a bad thing to do, especially if this only gets you maybe 4, 5, 6 extra points. But don't expect this or the Matome series or frankly, really any other of these drill books that aren't for learning to get you more than at most 10 points over the line. Again, this is not for studying Japanese, this is for passing a test. But I know a lot of you guys do really like the JLPT. You have it as a goal. It's one of the things you want either to work or to go to school or whatever it is. So this is not a bad $12. It's really not that much to this book. I mean, every page throughout the entire thing is just question, answer, although at the very back side, you have lookups for everything, but it's just not, you know, really who cares? At the end of the day, it's drilling questions, which is cool. But that's just my opinion. If you guys like this book, if you didn't like this book, whatever it is, let me hear your voices. We'll actually move away from the hands-on table right now and get you guys back over to Studio Chad. Yeet! So yeah, that's my thoughts on this book. Now, mind you, I only have the N1, so maybe you guys use this book at a different level. Did you actually take the JLPT after using this drill book? Did it help you? Do you think it gained you points? Do you think it was not very useful at all? Do you think it was a waste of money? Whatever your experience was, let's help the community figure out if this is worth it for them. Leave a comment down below with your experience with the book. Or frankly, if you have no experience with the book, but you have experience with other things, leave that down below. Compare and contrast. Let's build something dope here where people can come here and check out all sorts of resources and get a community's collective brain power on the source. If you guys like this video, you should like it down below. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or compliments, you can leave them in the comment box down below. I do personally read all of them. While you're down in my description, you guys might want to check out my books that I actually published. One of them is a translation work that I did with a team from Moscow. The other one is a coloring book based on this book. Both of which I really enjoy. You guys can check out my Amazon link down below. Now, the infamous St. Chatties, the greatest American holiday ever invented, is coming up March 17th, a live stream that I do over at twitch.tv/Chad Zimmerman. Link in the description. You guys should check it out. And if you don't know what St. Chatties is...
Wow, that's...
This is not a dollar!
Ouch. Brady.
Yeah. It's okay, Sean. It's okay.
One last time, if you would like to sponsor one of these reviews, get your name out there, get your message read, you can add anything to my Amazon list, or you can go check it out yourself, and if there's anything you want to see me review, just purchase it. It'll ship straight to me, and I'd be happy to have you guys sponsor this community, and make sure that I don't have any major companies sending me their books that I kind of have to be nice to so I get paid. And one last time, Sumo Slap, you're my dude. Thank you so much for making this video possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So for those of you who are not subscribed, love hard, love deep, and I will see you all next week. Bye-bye. Hey, thank you so much for staying through the outro. I'll keep this short. I actually just wanted to say thank you for everyone subscribed who wants to support my channel. Thank you especially, because you make this hella possible. And I always do something special for this outro so you guys get a little taste of something in my life. I have a little dog, Marley. She's getting up there in age and she's really sweet. She's one of the best dogs ever. She hurt her leg. She tore, I believe, her ACL. She is now going to the hospital. She's going to get surgery for it, and she won't be back for a couple days. So I just want to leave a little bit of a slideshow for her so you guys can be introduced into a piece of my life. She's a fantastic dog. So if you guys are subscribed and you want a little bit of bragging rights, you can comment down below something about Marley, and people who aren't subscribed won't know anything about it, but we all know who's really a part of the community. So say a few prayers for her, love hard, love deep, and I'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.